children at Stowe, the Stowe boys here are already deciding what they think of their experience.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's good. It's good. It was different though this morning because we thought it was going to be sort of much smaller, you know, all sort of not together so much.
It's massive.
It's sort of all over the place. It's sort of there, and there. So it's sort of all over the place, and there are so many people as well.
It's amazing.
Yeah, well, it's because you got to remember that we're only used to sort of Stowe's quite a small community, isn't it? I mean, there are only 587 pupils, I think, but it's quite a big school still, if you think about it. So, but it's different.
How many in this class have more than this?
We have about 21. 20 adults are from 21. 24, 21.
Yeah, we've got that same here.
Yeah. And so there aren't so many. It's sort of much more regimented. So you know, you've got to be on the line. You've got to get on with your work when you're told how to do it. When you're told to, I mean, you've got to get on with your work when you're told to. Whereas here this morning, that's quite good. It's a different experience for us because most of us have been sort of at boarding schools or at, private schools all our lives.
Yeah.
What do you reckon?
I think it's good, yeah. I like the way that in the lessons it's more sort of friendly and the teachers are more friendly than they would be at Stowe. Because at Stowe,
it's much more informal here, isn't it?
Right, so that's
really nice.
Yeah, you can say, I'm sorry, Cliff, or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't understand, but if you said that at Stowe, they'd say, oh, don't be stupid boy, get on with your work.
Yeah, but here
So the two groups of children are already quite alert to the different teaching styles in the two establishments. Maths at Stantonbury, for example, is quite different from maths at Stowe. Practical relevance is the key.
In order to say to London Athens costs 120, you want to move all of them there because that could cost, say, 330, like that. And so the idea is you've got to try and figure out a very cheap way to get them there. Do you get it?
Yeah, so man, it's 3 times over to get the best.
Oh yeah. Do you get it? I think so. Yeah. Right then on the other side. It's just the same.
Again, the class is arranged in groups so that all kinds of interactions are encouraged and results are shared. But the students are basically working at their own pace, on a sort of card system.
We're sort of doing smile work, and you have matrices, and there's 10 cards on a matrix, and you've got their cards. They're quite so you get the cards from over there, and they're sort of all different. There's multiplication, adding, take away, and after you've done a matrix, you do a test of the cards that you've done. And then after you've done a test, you've got to do another matrix. So, and it laps on and goes on like that.
With languages too, a determinedly relevant, active style is the preferred approach.
Excelente. Bueno, todos, un paseo del parque, por favor. Right, right, Celia. Excelente. Un paseo del parque. Right, otra vez. Y la playa. Excelente. La discoteca. El correos. El correos. Quicklet. La playa. La cafetería. Excelente. Y esto es una cabina de teléfonos. Una cabina de teléfonos. Una cabina de teléfonos. De teléfonos. ¿Qué es eso? Robert, ¿qué es?
Una cabina de teléfono.
Muy bien. Y Anthony, ¿qué es? Una cabina. Una cabina de teléfonos.
Teléfono.
Muy bien. Una cabina de teléfonos. ¿Qué es eso?
Now, who particularly like to contribute? Yes, right?
In the lessons, it was too relaxed.
The exchange lasted only 3 days and ended with a discussion which showed that the difference in assumptions and approach between the two establishments had not gone unremarked. And while most pupils are touchingly loyal, some are not.
Thank you very much. How did the Stantonbury children find that one, the formality of the lessons?
I found it better that the lessons were more formal, because otherwise the teachers can't keep control if you're not listening. But some of the teachers just ignored and asked you why you are misbehaving during a lesson, and you just have to give them the answer, because you know the penalty.
It's probably impossible to conclude from this film whether one sort of schooling is better than the other. The differences of teaching style and classroom organization, which we have painstakingly observed, are probably insignificant compared to the massive contextual effect at Stowe of coming from the sort of family which can afford thousands of pounds a year for their boys' education, or at Stantonbury of being a part of a system whose very ethos is to serve all comers.
Let's ask you a different question.
Yes.
How do you think that somebody who's been to Stantonbury for 5 years is different from somebody being at Stowe for 5 years? Would it be different or not?
So I think that they're not pushed to take work seriously, and they don't have to. Some of them don't want to. In later life, some of them want to be businessmen and some of them want to drive trains. I think that it's just what you want to be, really.
Is that anything different from Stoics?
Well, I wouldn't say that there were many Stoics that would turn out like that, because they don't really get the chance. I mean, if you don't complete preps, your parents get to know about it very quickly.
Yes.
It's easy for him. We all go home each night. And I don't know about any others, but in me in particular, if I ain't got no homework that night, I get stopped from doing something for my parents. I have to put up with it every night. The Stowe boys sort of get off better than we do in some cases.
That's an interesting thought. Yes.